What is up? Welcome back to another episode of It's in the Details. As always, please remember to hit those buttons, like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend to tell a friend if you're enjoying the show. We are going to spend a tiny little bit more time on Will. A couple weeks have gone by now, and I gotta say, I was one of the cynical people. I was really cynical about whether or not what we saw that Sunday night was a fabrication, and it was too far-fetched to be real life. You know what I mean? Just a little bit out of the realm. There were so many reasons why you could choose to not believe what you saw. And I got to say, all this time has passed now. A lot of things have come out, and I got to say, I don't know how it could be fake. I don't know. It's just the conspiracy would be so large. It would have to be so large for it to be a fabrication. Will really got upset and slapped this man for real. This is where we are. He's resigned his status with the Academy Motion Pictures Association, or whatever it's called. Chris Rock is at shows telling people, I'm not ready to talk about it yet. Chris Rock will talk about almost anything, man. If he was ready to talk about it, he'd talk about it. If it was fake, he wouldn't have talked about it immediately because there would be some underlying scheme. But enough time has passed. If it was fake, we would have found out by now. I'm positive. Part of me does not want that to be so, just because. What? You know what I mean? What? Like that really? But it really happened. And now we're in this place where it's like, Will probably need some help, right? Probably need some therapy. I can't imagine that man wasn't already in therapy. You know what I mean? So many stars are in therapy. So many regular people are in therapy. He must have been in therapy already. But maybe he asked to fire that therapist. Maybe he hadn't been visiting his therapist. Who knows, right? But it's clear help is required. Chris Rock, I saw a story in the last week or so where he was discussing, this wasn't shot the last week or so, I saw it over the last week. He was talking about how he was experiencing trauma from his youth and even into young adulthood because of actual assault he was receiving. Assault as a child, growing up in a rough neighborhood. Assault as a young man who had already been cast on Saturday Night Live. Okay? And he, at the time of the filming of that video, was still working through trauma. So we've got a situation here of black on black, hurt people. And that really is much sadder than where we left off that Sunday night. And where I left you on Thursday. But this is real life, folks. This is real life. I'm really hoping we get to hear from Will. Hear what the hell happened, what he thinks happened, what's going to happen moving forward. I personally, I'm not here for all the apologies. He's apologized. I'm sure he'll apologize to Chris Rock in private, and I'm sure some fool is going to try to make him apologize to Chris Rock in public. He's going to do an interview and then be like, do you have anything to say to Chris Rock? Would you like to say anything to Chris Rock about the slap? And it's like unnecessary, guys. And it's not even a question you need to ask. Will Smith's got movies that are already in production that he's starring in that have been halted. Will Smith has a production company that is working on other movies not starring Will Smith that I believe I've read have also been halted. He's sorry for the whole situation, right? Because now he's costing people money. And if there's anything we know about society, don't let anything cost any of us any money. And I'm not saying that's what he's most sad about, but it is the thing that most people in his circle will be sad about because of that situation. And really, that's even sadder than any of the other stuff. Tiger Woods, y'all. Tiger Woods, y'all. Yo. The Masters are here. Forget the name of the tournament if you can. Don't look up anything about it. But the Masters tournament is back, and so is Tiger Woods. And I just, what are we to do? What are we to do? How great do you feel? Even if you're not a golfer, even if you don't care about golf, Tiger Woods is back. This man, 13 months ago, okay, 13 months ago, got in a car accident. Oh, a lot of people get in car accidents. Tiger Woods almost lost his life and almost lost his leg. Okay? Real life discussions about amputating his leg. And 13 months later, back at the Masters. Hasn't even played in a professional tournament since that thing. He did play over Christmas. There's a nice little family tournament. They got fathers and sons, fathers and daughters playing in this wonderful tournament. I think in Florida or maybe Bahamas, most likely Florida. But he did that with Charlie. They had a nice run at it, almost won the tournament. Charlie was hot as fire again, Charlie. God, I can't wait for Charlie to get about 18 years old, man. Anyway, played in that tournament with his son. They're walking around. The course is very flat. And you could still see Tiger limping. That was Christmas. We're about 3-4 months removed from that tournament. And Tiger, I was online. There were video and pictures of a airplane radar of Tiger's plane taking off from where he lives, going down I guess, up to Georgia, to where the Masters are. And everybody's wondering, there's suspicion. And even further back than that, Phil Mickelson had said some questionable things about a Saudi Golf League that was getting ready to start. And when the list came out of the people who might be playing at the Masters, Phil's name was on the not playing list, right? Phil, who just won a major tournament 5 or 6 months ago, not on the list. You know who was on the list? Tiger was on the list. And speculation. We're just like, oh, well, I mean, Tiger's Tiger. You don't take Tiger off the list if you don't have to. You just leave him on there, whatever. Who knows, right? But no one believed Tiger would be coming to play this tournament. And then we got the plane radar stuff, and then about a week ago, we get news that Tiger's playing in practice rounds. Charlie's there. He went over with his main man, Justin Thomas. They're playing practice rounds. And really, Tiger is fit enough to play golf. He's fit enough to swing the club, right? But Augusta National, the golf course, is very hilly. extremely hilly. Hillier, apparently, than you can imagine from what the pictures give you on screen. And if you have not watched, if you're not a golf person, you haven't watched the Masters, just tune in this weekend because one, the crowds are going to be insane, but the course is beautiful, immaculate. Golf courses are some of the most beautiful pieces of real estate all over the world, right? Just all over the world, they're some of the most beautiful. Augusta might be top 1 or 2 on that list. So just to see it, it's spring. They got all the flowers and the azaleas, all the thing. It's beautiful. So you got to tune in just for that. Just take a look, guys. For a second, just go with me here. There have been a lot of legends in various industries. A lot of legends in sports, basketball. You got Jordan, hockey, Gretzky, football. You got a bunch of people, but Tom Brady. There's a lot. There's a lot of legends. Movies. Will Smith. Denzel Washington, Anthony Hopkins. There's a lot. De Niro. There's a lot of legends, right? There's a lot of icons. For a second, I want you to imagine, and this is from someone who does not get starstruck. I don't get starstruck almost at all. And again, I think I said this before, but maybe I just haven't seen the right stars to left me struck, you know? But with what has happened over the last 5 to 10 years of Tiger's life, and then specifically this last year, I'm trying to imagine what it would feel like to be on the grounds at Augusta and the big cat goes strolling by. Strolling by. Like, remember, this man's leg almost came off. They almost had to take his leg off. And you see the big cat strolling by looking like he's been carved out of granite. I don't really have any want to go to any live golf tournaments. The TV product is so good. I just can't imagine needing to be there. But the opportunity to see the big cat strolling the grounds of his favorite tournament, I'd probably pass out. And I wouldn't be surprised if a bunch of other people pass out this weekend too. Tiger Woods, y'all. Tiger Woods. But it comes down to now, what's going to happen with Tiger? Because he said at this point, I think on Tuesday, he said, at this point, I am intending on playing. And then someone asked him, Tiger, you always say if you don't believe you could win a tournament, then you're not entering a tournament. Does this mean you think you can win this tournament? And Tiger looked that man in the eye and said, yes, I can. Didn't smile, didn't smirk, didn't look away. Said, yes, I can. And chills. You get chills down your spine. I did a piece shortly after the accident. I did an episode where I talked about our aging stars and enjoying them while we have them, right? Enjoy them while we have them. And some of us didn't know if we'd ever get to see Tiger play again, right? We didn't know if we'd ever see him play competitively again. So we got to play with his son back in Christmas, and now we got competitive at Augusta for the Masters. Can he win? I don't know. I'm not sure. Let me tell you a little story. I got a good friend. Got in our group chat one day and said, hey, boys, how the body's feeling this morning? What are the aches and pains you got when you wake up this morning? And I thought, that's a crazy question, first of all. I feel fine. I feel fine every morning. we're getting up in age a little bit. We're not young men, okay? But I thought, I feel fine. I'm younger than Tiger. I thought I feel fine. I'm not nearly in the shape Tiger's in, but I thought I feel fine. And in the next 2, 3, 4 days after my friend sent us that message, every single day I woke up with some sort of aches and pains, which was a surprise. But it was also a reminder, you got to stretch, you got to roll some things out, you got to get a massager, you got to do the things, right? And I feel much better since then. So thank you to him for bringing that up. But I bring all this up to say, I'm younger than Tiger Woods, and I was not in an accident that almost took my life or limb. So I understand he's been doing rehab for a year straight, and he looks phenomenal, guys. He's got muscles on top of muscles that he did not have and people did not know existed. He looks phenomenal. But he's about 46. That leg almost came off. He's walking up and down all these hills, hopefully for 4 days. I hope he wins. I hope he wins. It's hard to imagine. It's hard to imagine. But he has won at this tournament 5 times. His most recent win was in 2019. Child. I'll tell you this. I will be on my couch Saturday and Sunday watching golf, cheering on Tiger. Hopefully he's still playing on Saturday and Sunday and he doesn't get cut on Friday. But either way, it will still be great because we will just enjoy the fact that we have him one more time. And the hope is that it's more than one. The hope is he's not back to a full schedule, but he's back. Tiger Woods, y'all. Since I've talked to you last, the women's NCAA basketball tournament has wrapped up. The Final Four saw UConn beat Stanford and South Carolina beat Louisville. And then in the finals, we had South Carolina beat UConn in really what amounted to not that entertaining a game. But the entertainment factor should not take away from the fact that South Carolina was the team of the year. They were the team. They were dominant. They lost twice. The losses came by a total of 3 points. UConn, I know them ladies were pretty pumped to make it all the way to the finals, talking all that nobody believed in us stuff, and that's probably true. And they were hit by some injuries, and they got trounced for the second time by South Carolina this season. That shouldn't take away from all of the talent and really good basketball we saw throughout the course of the tournament. But what I would like to draw your attention to is South Carolina's head coach, Don Staley, is one of the realest ladies out there, I gotta say. She's one of the realest, and I think I watched 3, maybe 4 of their games this tournament. Don Staley's making some money. She's doing well. She's doing well for herself. But homegirl is showing up in these outfits, man. She does not play. First of all, she looks fly. Second of all, she's never seen a label that she did not want on her clothing. She would like you to know, I am balling out here in these streets. I am balling. Balenciaga, Prada, just the largest labels you could have. The largest labels you could have. to say, I got this money. This South Carolina, Don Staley is letting people know, I got this money. And not only do I have this money, I can coach my tail off. I can coach my tail off. The school's been good for a while now. They won a championship back in 2017 with Asia Wilson, who would then become a WNBA MVP. Now she went and got another big player, Aaliyah Boston, who has already won Player of the Year in the NCAA, and she's going to eventually go to the WNBA and do it all over again, right? So she can coach and she can get those good players. But Dawn Staley is the realist. She is the realist. And she was on an episode of The Playbook on Netflix where they visit with high achieving coaches, and the coaches detail what they like to do with their players and how they got where they got and all sorts of good stuff. And a friend turned me on to the program. I did not even know it existed. I watched one with Doc Rivers. I watched one with Serena's coach, Patrick Mouratoglou. And now I've watched the Dawn Staley episode. And it's solid, man. Just watching where she came from, the battles that she fought to get to where she is, the battles that she fought. She didn't really fight with the community, but fought for the community around South Carolina's team to come embrace this basketball team. Because she knew, if I'm going to build a big-time program here, I need the community to support us on this endeavor, right? And they at one point in the episode, they tell you they've had the highest attendance, the highest women's basketball NCAA attendance for 3 years straight, because the community supports this team and they support that coach. And look what they've done. Look at what they've done. 2 championships in 7 years, 6-7 years now. Just knocked off UConn's head coach, Gino Auriemma, who was 11-0 in NCAA finals. Finals, 11-0. And she took him down. But if you're not even going to go for the basketball, if you're not going to go to the screen to support her team playing, at least check out them fits, because she be bringing it. She be bringing it. Anyway, y'all, that's it for this week. I will see y'all in a week. Remember to hit the buttons, like, subscribe, comment, rate, review, do the things. See y'all in a week. Take care. Peace.